Hello. I would like to, first of all, announce that I have not turned on my stream by accident. Although, I keep waiting for the day that I do that again. It's been a while. I think it's been a couple of years. Oh no. Oh no, I can hear myself. That's bad. It's been a couple of years since I've accidentally started my stream. But it could, you know, the record button is right next to the start streaming button, so I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, but this time is on purpose. I figured I've been talking about doing an extra mount run stream, and it's like 4:30 in the afternoon, and I don't want to edit right now anymore, so here we are doing an extra mount run stream. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. A little bit of an odd time slot. I figure we're probably gonna take about an hour, because that's like usual. Usually we do mount run streams for like an hour and a half, but today, because it's like an extra one, and because I am technically procrastinating, probably gonna keep it closer to an hour. We'll see. I'm just planning on knocking out as many ZG runs as we can do. So probably 10 on this server, and then an extra 2 because we can do the extra mage and the extra druid. And I might have an extra cat about to come up here. Kitty, wanna come say hi? Also, first of all, sup guys? Hi Hazel. Hey LaFera. I may have to suddenly get up if my doorbell rings, because I'm expecting a package and I will have to attend to it directly because it's going to have shrimp in it. It's supposed to be sometime today, and it's supposed to be sometime like between now and, or between 2 hours ago and 6, and I was kind of hoping it would just like happen earlier so that I could have that done with before I started my stream, but you know, could be later, we'll see. But yeah, if that happens, then I'm gonna need to turn this, either turn off the stream or turn this into a real quick shrimp acclimating stream, which would be a short one because they are shipped shrimp, so I'm not going to be drip acclimating them. But I would need to get them out of their bag. Anyways, bonus Halo stream. Save, skip, siege. I don't know of any way to do that. Hopefully somebody else does, but I've personally been avoiding doing any kind of siege farming. Hang on. This is the WoW stream. I've been avoiding doing any kind of siege farming because, to my knowledge, you do have to run the whole thing. Chowsy Rain, thanks for the super chat. Hey Hazel, hope you're having a great day. I actually am having a bomb day. Like, nothing terribly exciting is happening aside for the fact that there will be shrimp at my door. I should clarify. These are pet shrimp. They're going into an aquarium. I'm not having lunch delivered. Although I could go for some. I could also eat some shrimp, but those would be bigger shrimp. Part of Canada are you from? Montreal here. Hello. I'm from Vancouver Island, kind of like Victoria-ish. Evening sup, Ellis. Hi Hazel, just got my new Razer one-handed keyboard. I'm in love. Thanks for your videos and have a good stream. Thank you. Sending mount drop luck today. I'm gonna need it. I am absolutely gonna need it. So I don't remember exactly how many runs we're on. I figure it's over 200. I know it's over 200. If we can just get like an extra dozen on there every time. Alright, well today is clearly not the day that I avoid getting hit by the boulders. At least I killed them before I got bumped by any of them. Oh man. Yeah, if I can just like squeak in an extra 12 runs on bonus streams anytime that I'm home and don't feel like working for an hour, maybe we can get it a little faster and move on. Although I do feel a little bit bad just in case anybody has like a schedule that lets them watch the Tuesday morning stream but not other time slots. If it did drop after all of those years, or it feels like years, after all that time of watching Tuesday morning streams, if it were to drop on a not Tuesday morning stream, I would feel kind of bad about that. But, you know, it's on stream, so we can save the clip. You can have aquarium fish shipped? You can. It's a problem if you have an online shopping addiction. Oh no, the light's out. Flood. Also, that's today's fish cam. But yeah, you can have fish shrimped, you can have fish shipped, you can have shrimp shipped, you can have snails shipped. Today is supposed to be some female shrimp. Specifically female shrimp, cherry shrimp, so they should be fairly tough, which is why I'm not too worried about doing the plop and drop method, which is where you don't drip acclimate them. And also snails. I also have an order of 2 extra Nerite snails because I like those and they're good and I need another 2 for that tank. I want to turn his light back on so I can talk to you guys about Fleta, but I have this cat. Kitty, you were asleep all afternoon. Here. Sometimes if I like twist she'll sit on my chair, and then she'll just wait for me to get back. Okay. Adam, thanks for the super chat. Greetings from Poland. Love your channel. Cheers. Ugh. Where am I? I was apparently doing a pet battle quest. My job is YouTube / streaming. New time, just an extra bonus stream. I'm not planning on making this like a regular thing. I'm just trying to fit in like a this is the first one, I should clarify. It's not like I've been doing this all along, but I'm trying to fit in a little bit of extra streaming for the mount runs. You know, just until we get, like, theoretically, just until we get the darned Armored Razzashi Raptor at his old grove. Okay, so while I'm on my way to the next, well, the next dungeon, the same one we've been doing for years, I want to talk about Flotus Tank, because I'm convinced, and maybe I'm just crazy because I've been looking at him for long enough, I'm convinced he looks better. He's not cured. He still definitely has, like, a lump, but, you know, he's continuing to act the same. And he's continuing to eat and just be his normal self, and also, I swear it looks smaller. So I'm just trying my best to not be worried about it and just let him live his life. Also, we're doing a little bit of redecorating this tank, which is why it looks like hot trash right now. I have got a new piece of wood in there. It's Mopani wood, and it has, I sanded it down, so it's not got any, like, prickly sharp edges on it. If he does have problems with his fins, I'll take it out, but I sanded it down, and I was gonna today, hang on, I've gone to the wrong place. This is a different run. This is if I was gonna do, Mogashan, or the Pandaria raids for the pets, and I do still need 2 pets from that, but that is not what today's stream is about. Take me back. Take me home. I've taken the wrong portal. Yes, he's got new wood in there, and then I was gonna do it today, but probably some other time. I'm gonna tie, like, all those plants that are kind of, like, floating around in, like, a big, weird, green, lumpy mass. I can tie those to that wood with some fishing line, and then they're, like, all secured, and it'll look nicer when I'm done. It does not look nice right now. Honor hold mates, that's right, we need to leave the tower this way. The second set of 8 mount runs will be a little faster, because they start a little bit closer. Cat stream, love your t-shirt. Why, thank you. This is a Wowhead shirt that they don't sell anymore because they got told off or told not to sell it because it's one of those shirts that has like their WoW IP on it. You've got like WoW pet designs on here. And I did like a sponsored unboxing for Wowhead, and then very shortly after that, they didn't carry the shirts anymore, so I felt kind of bad. This one. That's right. Thanks for answering. Always been curious. No problem. I haven't always been a YouTuber. I used to work a job, but not like a fancy one. I worked retail for a long time. I did some sales. I've done like, yeah, retail sales. Nothing terribly exciting. I was a university dropout, so I tried higher education and then didn't finish it. Hi Hazel, Leonara here from the Netherlands during night shift. Hello, welcome. Thought everyone was saying the rep transfers, but the war campaign doesn't. Oh, I've missed some things. Rep transfers, war campaign doesn't. Hang on, if I've exalted Proudmoore Admiralty, would I still need to grind exalted Zandalari Empire for the Zandalari Trolls? Yes. Rep does not transfer. Wait, now I'm second guessing. I don't think that the rep no, it can't. Like maybe if you, so the only way that I can imagine the rep transferring would be if you faction changed your character that was already exalted with Proudmoore, and I'm not convinced that would work. I haven't tried it. I don't think it would work. It could, but if you have exalted with Proudmoore and you just have another character, which is what I'm doing, you definitely still need to grind Zandalari. Okay. Second stream finally made it to. Extra Hazel, best day ever. I mean, that's a pretty high bar. That's a pretty big bar. I should probably be trying to remember to kill this thing. It does give stuff that can give extra gold. And now that I've like officially made it to the halfway point of my great gold grind of, I'd say of 2019, but it started before 2019. It'll probably end after it. The great gold grind for the adorable dinosaur that lets me make more gold. Anyways, I'm 2.5 million gold, which is half of 5 million because that's how math works. I'm very good at it, I know. And now that I'm past that halfway point, I just like, I can taste it, but I can't because it's still like really far. But every little extra bit of gold, like today and yesterday and kind of the day before, I've been running around doing quests The ones that unlock the pets on the vendors, just to unlock pets in the vendors to show off the quest and where they are and all that stuff. And every time I'm doing that, I'm usually doing it on a character that has herbalism and sometimes mining, because I need to use like alts that haven't done the quest yet so I can find out what prerequisites are and are not needed. And I just can't prevent myself from picking every flower and every mining node I see, because I'm like, you know, that's 30 gold right there. That's 45 gold. That's like 100 gold. It's just sitting on the ground. Like, when you walk past 100 gold sitting on the ground, so I'm just grabbing all of them. And I think it's slowing me down considerably, which is reinforced by the fact that oh no, hang on. It's the talking and running. If I just shut up for a second, I could probably do this. This is like a nice easy mount run. It's really quick to do, but I won't miss this guy. I will not miss this dude specifically. What was I saying? I was talking to myself about something. Probably wasn't important. Oh yeah, I've been doing a lot of quests. I've just been picking stuff to sell because, you know, every little bit counts. Doing any islands today? Planning on just the mount runs. If we get them done and it's like real early, and I feel like I don't want to go back to work, then I could, then I might do like LFR mop raids to try for the last couple pets that I need, because I'm only 3 pets short of the raiding with leashes. But probably no islands. I also do enjoy islands. Also, I still need island pets. But there's only so many things to do. Also, I started leveling my shaman. I figured, also I gave her shoulders because I figured she looked a little more balanced with them on. But now that I'm done leveling that, I'm not planning on unlocking Zandalari anytime imminently. Figure it's probably a good idea for me to start leveling the other one. The amount 4 million is definitely 5. You're at 3.6? You're gonna beat me. Math is hard. I am delighted that math is not really a huge part, like mental math, you know, like cooking math, for example, you know, dividing teaspoons and tablespoons and like cups and all, you know, like mental cooking math, that I can handle, you know, that's fine. And like really basic stuff that I need for every day. But I'm just glad that my job did not require me, or at least hasn't required me yet, to really remember any like calculus or any of that stuff. I didn't like math that much in school. I wasn't awful at it, but it was just so boring to me. Not because it was easy, but just because it was very dry. It was just numbers. They weren't fun for me compared to classes like English and all that. Okay. I need to use my Hearthstone thingy. Oh, man, I set up a new spec. And the add-on that I have that I'm not even using anymore that I should probably get rid of automatically deletes my character's Hearthstones. That's the heirloom tab. That's not the one I need. So I have to make sure that I have a Hearthstone toy on the bar of any character I want to use. I need to delete that add-on. Not this time. Maybe next time. I'm gonna try this time. Hazel, love the content. Long time subscriber. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Scott. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're having a great Thursday. This cat is just so warm. My office was chilly all morning, and I didn't want to wear a sweater because, gosh darn it, it's almost April, and I've been wearing sweaters all year, it feels like, and I just wanted to wear a t-shirt. But it was like 68, 69 degrees in here, which isn't that cold, but when you're just like sitting, it was pretty chilly. And then as soon as it turns afternoon and the sun comes out and it like turns around the side of the building, all of a sudden it's like 75 apparently. I have a little thermometer on that table. It's apparently 75 degrees in here, and now I've got a cat and I've got tea, and it's just whole new season. Greetings from Melbourne. Extra stream, great way to spend my morning break. Hello from Texas. Did they buff Warfront Mount Let me try that again. Did they buff Warfront Mount Chance Drop? As far as I know, they did not. I haven't heard anything. They've just always had a pretty good drop rate. But because there's so many of them, odds are decent that you'll get unlucky with 1 or 2 of them, if that makes sense. Skullripper is my new white whale. He should not be that hard to get. I have 3 characters to farm him on now. And it should be 4 soon, especially if I decide to just, like, finish leveling a couple of my 110-ish. Because, like, this mage, you know, she's 116. She's almost 117. And I still haven't really, like, sat down to begin leveling her yet. It wouldn't take that long. And it's nice to have extra alts for pet charm dailies. Hey, from New York? What's up? What is this realm? Why is the auction house so empty? They're the auction house. Oh, this was just Lightbringer. I don't think it's that empty. That's like an odd auction house, you know? It's the Old Town District, not the Old Town District one, the Dwarven District auction house. It's usually a little less crowded. Although, the one thing I will say about, hang on, I said I would focus, and I'm gonna. Oh, but well, that's embarrassing. The one thing I will say about the Dwarven District auction house is that ever since the whole tree burning incident, there are now Night Elf refugees that, like, stand by the mailbox and go, "Arr! How can they swindle us out of our last dollars with these exorbitant prices?" They're just, like, NPCs designed to guilt trip you about your and then there's one of them, I swear they go, like, "Undercut again, grr," and it's just like, I mean, that is what I'm logging in to do, you're right. How did you know? So I'm considering, I've been at that auction house for a long time, but I'm considering finding a different auction house that doesn't guilt trip me as much. I use OP to have all of my Hearthstone toys and Flightmaster Whistle and other travel stuff. I love that add-on. I'm gonna write that down because that sounds like something I might be into. The add-on that I was trying to use was a random Hearthstone thing. And I liked the idea of having one button that when you click it, uses a random one of your cosmetic Hearthstones so that you get to, you know, visit a little bit with your, you know, Love is in the Air Hearthstone, and the Elder Hearthstone, and the Halloween, and the Christmas ones, and whatever. But, I never use it. I discovered that I prefer just picking one Hearthstone per character, slapping them on the bar, and calling it a day. So... And the other thing that add-on does that you cannot disable in that add-on unless you actually just turn the add-on off is it will automatically delete your Hearthstone, which I feel is a little pushy of it. Like, yes, deleting your Hearthstone is technically a good choice if you are using Hearthstone toys, because you don't need a Hearthstone in your bag, so it does free up a bag slot, but, like, forcing someone to do it feels a little pushy if you ask me. You can get it back, but it'll just, like, instantly delete as long as you have the add-on running. Cool extra stream. I can hang out while I level my Cultiran. How long are we planning on going today? So I'm thinking like an hour or so from when I started, which was 17 minutes ago. I feel like I just sat down. So yeah, an hour and a half stream. Just a little one, like the normal Mountain stream probably, something like that. Hi from Newcastle, UK. England, how do you not burn out on WoW? I don't know. I wish I had more time for WoW. I could spend an extra like 3 or 4 hours a day playing WoW if I could invent them. Just doing islands to try and get the rest of the island pets, and leveling alts, and farming transmog. Now that I've started going back into the Pandaria raids to try and get the Pandaria raided with Leash's pets, I'm looking at Minara's Wardrobe Helper again. And this add-on just ignites a burning desire to collect every transmog piece that I can get my hands on. Like, I just want to fill out this whole list. Like, look at all this work I did in vanilla. I'm 80% of vanilla. I just want to, like, go run, you know, Moradon until I get these 3 pieces of transmog that I will not wear. I am absolutely, hang on, let me look at it. No, I'm not gonna wear it, but you know, I wanna fill out the list, and that is a project that would take an excessive amount of time. Hazel bored on a Thursday night? Kind of, yeah. Kind of. I've been staring at this pet vendor video for several days longer than I would have liked to, and it's not really close to done. I kind of wanted to finish it and then do a bonus mount run stream, but it's got a long way to go, especially if I'm going to be happy with it, so I figured to just procrastinate a little bit and turn on the live stream. This counts. I'm working. How did you get into drinking so many kinds of tea? I only like green tea at the moment and rarely with any additives. I mean, initially I started drinking tea in high school because I wasn't allowed to have coffee, and then I tried coffee and I was like, ew, I don't want this anyways. And that was just like black tea with milk, so I've had that for a long time, but I got into drinking all of the fancy other kinds of tea that I enjoy. I went through like a tea phase. I don't remember exactly what started it, but I just started researching teas online and like online shopping, and like I read a whole bunch of the tea subreddit. There's an r/tea that had a bunch of info, and just had like a big tea phase. I think it was a couple years long. Learned a bunch about tea, got some equipment, and that was about it. I just got real obsessed for a bit. I backed off now, although I definitely do still enjoy all the tea. I just don't buy it as much anymore, which is good because you can only be a little too into shopping for one thing at a time before you just have no money. Or at least you're making irresponsible choices. So that was no good. That was attempt number 222, which, I mean, that's just 2-3 times in a row. And that was no good. Hello from Zimbabwe. Sup, Oliver? Watching your streams after following your videos. Just got Drake of the South Wind to finally drop. Congrats, Matt. I got Skull Ripper. My first ever rares run. Has my life peaked now? I got the donkey. I got the donkey on my first run. It's in luck. It's in luck. I think I'm a little behind in chat. Let's see. The 815 stream was the perfect stream time. When was that stream? I don't remember what time it was. Wasn't it like around this time or was it earlier? Hello from Minnesota. I don't know why we are saying hello and saying where we are from. I'm not 100% sure either, but I do enjoy it. It is kind of neat to like, because when you have like a place, it's sort of, you know, you get like a visual in your head. Like I'm imagining everybody from what my imagination thinks these places look like, which is probably wildly incorrect. Like just a stereotype ripped right out of your brain. Like for example, when I think of somebody watching from Australia, I'm well aware that that's just a normal place that's not unlike Canada, except, you know, with different weather and scorpions and stuff. Where am I going? This button. But in my head, you're just like, you've got a laptop and you're sitting on a beach with your laptop. And oddly enough, I don't see any kangaroos, but I do see monkeys. Why are there monkeys in Australia? I don't know if there are. Probably not. I've never been. I'm very sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. I tried Classic WoW during the demo, but I've never really, like, even before I tried the demo, I didn't really think I was going to be the target Classic WoW market. I'm not really one for back in the day nostalgia, at least as far as WoW is concerned. What are we drinking today? So this one is a black tea that has peach flavoring in it. It's like a summer peach black tea. It's from Stash, which means it's not very fancy. It also means I bought like a pound of it on Amazon for, I think, like $13. It's very cheap, but it's like nice. It's fruity. And I like this one for early afternoon when I need the caffeine and I do want a black tea, but I also don't want to just like nuke my brain with a really intense one. It's a full caffeine tea, but it's like on the lower end of it. What add-on is that? Transmog add-on. It is called Menar's Wardrobe Helper, spelled like this, and I'm not convinced that it is up to date. I don't think it's been updated for the patch, but I'm still using it. I just have load out-of-date add-ons checked, and that's what I've been doing. You do have to refresh it when you first log in order to pull up the whole list of things, but after that you're good. And then the current instance button is kind of nice because if I zone in, it'll pull up like a mini list of the stuff you need from the instance that you are presently in. Of course, for Zilgarub, I was going to say I don't need anything, but that's not true. On Cloth, I don't really need anything. But apparently for other armor types, there is stuff that I need. However, none of it is going to be from the one boss that I farmed because we killed him a couple times already. Just lost a normal island expedition. Didn't think that was possible. Oh no. On the bright side, I think you still can get stuff to drop when you lose. I think the only difference is that you don't get as much Azurite. I think that's true. I don't know. I haven't lost a whole lot of them. It has happened to me before, though. Usually when people, like, nobody can agree on who to follow, so you split up and go 3 separate ways, and then most people spend most of it dying, is usually what I find when you lose. Talking about a mount run I did, 50 runs of Island Expeditions. I got 400k Azurite out of 1 million for the achievements. Dang. Raptor, again, you want this mount so badly? I mean, I would like to have it so I can move on. It's not really a mount that I'm planning on, you know, like, painting a portrait of and hanging over my bed. I don't, like, wake up in the morning and go, darn, if only I had an Armored Razzashi Raptor, although, you know, that would be a good way to spice up a morning. But it's just like, I don't like giving up. I'm very averse to giving up unless I have a really good reason to. And I especially don't like giving up just because I'm frustrated with something. Unless that thing is like cookie decorating. I give up real quick on that. But like, you know, stuff like this, there's no good reason for me to quit. And I'm 223 attempts in. I may as well keep going. And then I know that once I get it, I can move on to doing other things in the mount run stream. So that'll be nice. Also, I think I will enjoy the mount more than I otherwise would have, just because it's taking us so inhumanly long to get our hands on it. Planning on making a bank call. Do you have any tips for making gold in 815? I haven't really uncovered any 815 specific tips. The ones that I put in my Making Gold in BFA video still apply. So basically, gathering is really good. Herbing and mining, just while you're out and about doing your world quest, is really good. I've also found that rep grinding, especially if you're like rep grinding for extra 7th Legion or Honor Bound caches because you want service medals, every time you get a cache, you get an extra 4k gold, and you can get those, especially the 7th Legion or the Honor Bound ones, you can get those like every 3 days, which adds, you know, that's like 8 to 10k extra a week just from your rep grinding that you were doing for other stuff anyways. So that's a good one. So rep grinding, gathering. And then another one that I kind of like is, especially if you have alts, farm pet charms, buy pets, and then sell pets, especially if you buy pets that are like faction specific or harder to get to or have an unlock. Maybe I'm just thinking about this because that's like the video that I'm working on that I'm still not done yet, but those sell, like a little Ben Fawn sells for over 50k on my server, and things like Smoochum sells pretty well, Swamp Toad sells pretty well, stuff like that. Alright, I am so behind on chat. Green matcha tea is delicious, I agree. Which add-on is, it couldn't read it. Monar's Wardrobe Helper. M-O-N-A-R _S Wardrobe Helper. I have not watched RuPaul's Drag Race. Most of the things that I've seen are things that are on Netflix. That's like the only, or if they're on YouTube, that's the only place I really go to for media. I'm convinced that I would enjoy it a lot, but I'm not dedicated enough to TV to look for places to watch it if it's not on Netflix. We are hearthing. Just got the Grey Riding Camel. Grats! I am a little jealous. That one's intense. That one's hard to find. T is life. Gotta check that add-on. Is this the only mount you run for? Until I get it, yes. I guess I'm kind of inadvertently running for the Elegon. I was going to say the Elegon mount, but it's just Elegon. I guess it's the Astral Cloud Serpent. I'm inadvertently running for the Elegon mount, just because I'm running Elegon anyways for Comet, because I don't have that one yet. Did you see the comment in your last video that you need to start the event, wait until he separates with the mount, and then kill him to up the chance for the mount? I did not see that comment. I really doubt it. I really doubt it. I'm going to check Wowhead. It sounds like not a thing that WoW likes to do. Usually a thing will be on a loot table or it will not be on a loot table. And there's not that many instances in the game where doing something differently will add something to the loot table. It's not like a difficulty change. I doubt it. I'm gonna look up the boss though. What, he's Bloodlord Mandakir, right? Mandakir. The add-on that counts how many kills you have on the boss is called Rarity. Okay, I'm gonna look at this real quick. What's up, cat? Nah. There's nothing about it. Do you have the 4 mounts from hatching pets in Legion? I forgot about, or I found out about them and have 2 so far. Hatching pets. You mean the Falcosaurs? I do have the Falcosaurs. I have a video guide about them. I partially leveled through Warlords in Legion, but not enough to fly. Any add-on that could help guide me through these storyline quests so I know what quests I still need to finish. There is probably an add-on for that. The way that I do that lately is I just check the Wowhead page for the questing achievement, and then there's usually a comment with a table The user, I believe her name is Varen, writes these comment guides, and those tell you specifically which quests are in it, so you can just like search the name of the quest you're on to find out whether or not you need it. I think there might be an add-on that goes with those, but I'm not 100% sure. There may be a better way to do it. There may just be an add-on that tells you whether or not it counts for the achievement, but I have not used one myself. Hazel, I'm working on the Paladin class mount. Cried when I saw I had 36 nether shards for shard time, so no. Level through, let's see. Got a Stonehide Elderhorn from a normal island expedition? Nice! That is good, that is good, a good thing that, what do you call it? It's good evidence to lift the spirits of all of those people that are farming normal islands exclusively, that they can drop on normal. That is nice. That's a good thing to know. Madi Kadavi, thank you for the super chat. Do you think they'll come out with a pet worth an obscene amount of pet charms like the Brutosaur mount? I doubt it. Just because they already have sort of the Brutosaur equivalent in pets with pets that are for obscene amounts of gold. For example, there was the Celestial Calf that I definitely bought that's like 1 million gold off of the Mad Merchant, and then there's like the Lost Platysaur hatchling now, and I think that one's like 500,000 gold. For an obscene amount of pet charms, I don't think so, just because that would make people more and more frustrated with the rate of earning pet charms. It's less like the Brutosaur, and that would be more like if they decided to like make a mount for like 10,000 doubloons on the doubloon vendor. It would just make people mad about how quickly they acquire the currency. But maybe it could happen. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. I do end up with a lot of the currency. I think I'm really close actually to having finished grinding the currency that I need to buy every pet that is available for polished pet charms. And after that, I can't decide if I want to stockpile the ultimate battle training stones to instantly level pets that I have now and will get in the future, or if I want to use the extra pet charms to buy pets to sell for gold for my Brutosaur. I can't decide what I want to do. Computer can't handle being up to live stream, so I'm a few seconds behind. That's okay. I'm like 8 minutes behind in chat. Best add-on for everything, Hazel's all the things. I tried all the things, and I didn't really care for it. The issue that I had with it, and maybe this is just something that's not very well doable, but it doesn't tell you where to get the thing that you're missing. It just tells you what you're missing, and then you have to go look it up yourself anyways. And that's functionality that I already kind of have from like my mount and my pet journals. The nice thing about Minara's Wardrobe Helper is it doesn't only show me what I need, it shows me exactly which boss drops it. And that's something that all the things didn't really do for me. Kills is rarity. Joining the stream late. Super curious. Don't know if it's true or not. We don't know for sure, but I really doubt it. It sounds like just one of those theories that people think of to justify whether or not to justify why it hasn't dropped yet. And then they go, well, it doesn't hurt to try that, so they'd start doing the run like that, and then it finally drops eventually, and they go, wow, it dropped after I changed my pattern. Even though it could very well have dropped even if they hadn't changed their pattern. It's kind of a... I want to see confirmation bias. I don't know if that's what that is, but I'm not convinced, and now I feel like I need to specifically not kill it in that way, so that I can prove, should it drop for me while not being killed in that pattern, that it is possible to have it drop when you just kill it right away. Also, I skimmed through all of the top, like, 20 WoWed comments on both the boss page and the mount page, and didn't see a single person say that they had issues getting it to drop while just one-shotting it, which has been the default way to kill this boss for a long time. So it sounds like a well-meaning, but a little bit of a conspiracy theory to me. Borderlands 3 trailer came out. Thoughts? Haven't seen it. Not really my style of game, though. Gonna get me playing WoW again. I did a bunch of auctions during the free weekend and I don't want them deleted. It's true. Gotta get your gold. I guess it would get... You would have 30 days after it comes in. You would have like a whole month, but yeah. You want to pick that up. How many mounts do you have? I have some. Let's see. 420 by this count and 370 something by the other count. 420 total, and then usable we are at Collections, mounts. 370 usable, so I only need 30 more usable mounts, and then I'll get another meta achievement. It's the occasion that you decided to stream today. I needed a break. I needed a break, and I wanted to get some extra mount runs in to try and, like, amp up the number. Also, now we're good. Just dinged 120, my first Alliance tune, as I watch you on my phone. Got the double agent achievement. Congrats! Isn't there a toy for 1,000 pet charms? So for 1,000 pet charms, there is an item that I also just bought the other day that increases your pet cap from 1,500 up to 2,000. There are toys for 1,000 pet charms, but those are for shiny pet charms, which are the older ones, and those are the pet mirror toys. So for those ones, you would want to be grinding, like if you didn't have those yet already, you would want to be grinding the old pet charms by doing old pet dailies. Also, it'd be a little bit of a bummer because you definitely get those charms less quickly than you used to. So I bet that would be kind of a gross grind to do these days. Where on earth has my Hearthstone gone? There it is. Does Nightbane still drop in Kara? Yeah, it should. It tells where it is on all the things, does? Maybe. Must then. Anyway, I used it for a while and I decided to uninstall it because I wasn't feeling it. I have heard a lot of people that find that it like changes their WoW experience though. I hear the story quite a bit of people getting all the things and then just being like super enamored with all of the things that they have to collect. So it can definitely, if you're feeling bored in WoW, it's worth trying it out. It's just an add-on. Is that the Proudmoore horse? The white horse is really pretty. I do like that one. Yeah, that is the Proudmoore horse. The Alliance BFA rep mounts got really overshadowed because the Horde BFA rep mounts are just kind of better. They're cooler, and they're also diverse. Like, they get, what is it? You get the Pterodax, you get the flappy nope thing from Talongee's Expedition, and then the Voldenai one is a hyena. So you get, like, 3 different models, 3 different models, which are mostly hard to get as mounts. Like, I don't have any of those things as mounts right now as Alliance. And then Alliance got 3 horses, so people were pretty mad about the horses, but they are very nice looking horses, especially the white one. So I still want a hyena very badly though. Questing through Theramore for the first time, loving my Coltaran Druid. Are you enjoying your Coltaran? I am. I'm having more fun on Ellie than I thought I would. I thought that I would want to be mostly leveling as Resto to like really get the water flow going, but I'm having fun just being kind of like a storm wielder out in the world. Hey Hazel, how's it going? Love your aquarium cam. Just got my first aquarium with a few colorful male guppies. Oh, that's fun. Congrats. So excited for you. Guppies always catch my eye at the store, especially like the really pretty male ones, but I would I would want to get females too, and then they would have guppy babies, and then I would have way too many guppies, so I don't let myself have any live bearers. But they look super fun. If you have a lot of alts, you can do a shiny pet charm world quest over and over, send them all to your main. That's also my favorite method for farming polished pet charms, is just, especially, darn it, if there's a world quest that gives 20 of them, just get as many 120s as you can out there. It's the main reason why I'm excited about farming a lot of 120s. Where do you get the shirt? I got it from Wowhead. It's Wowhead merch. They actually sponsored me to do an unboxing that included this, but they don't sell it anymore, unfortunately. Mahdi, thank you for the super chat again. Any advice on what pet I should save my charms for and make gold with? I got Smoochums already, didn't go so good in my realm. So the ones I was looking at, if you have a Horde character, Lil Benfon, he's quite a few charms, so you'd want to probably do the math to figure it out, but he's good because he's hidden behind a quest line. He's Horde specific, and Alliance actually can't get him. He's not even on the Pet Smuggler. So check the price of that, and then also check out the Swamp Toad. That one is off of the Nazmir vendor, and it's behind a bunch of Horde quests. And that one is on the Pet Smuggler, but again, not that many people have even unlocked the Pet Smuggler. So check the Swamp Toad. Check that. Another one you could try is maybe the Drustvar Piglet. Take a look at that one. Just like the cute ones that are also faction specific, I think are good bets. Okay, well that was no good. That wasn't the run. Love your guides. Thanks, John. Do add-ons go through the whole account or what? Because I share an account. They do, but you can enable or disable them for specific characters. So you can log into a character and then select just your character and then turn add-ons on or off. So you can customize it so one character is using the add-ons, but the other character doesn't. Just takes a little bit of setting up. Yay for the bonus live. It's good luck. Mimiron's head just dropped for me a moment ago. Congrats, David. You're having more good luck than me. Cutting your turns too fast on the boulder run? Probably. That sounds about right. Hazel, I'm 119, but I can't do a quest in Drustvar. You have to kill 3 Banshee things. When you attack one, all of them come. I don't remember that specific quest, but I do remember like the northeastern Drustvar or the northwestern Drustvar area being kind of dangerous. If you're stuck, I would just leave. I would just go quest somewhere else. There are enough quests to do these days that you're gonna have something else to do. Like, just come back and do it. If you need to do it for the story, just come back and do it later once you're like 120 and have some gear. When I did my Nightborn, I got to 120 after like 1.5 zones. I hadn't even started Vol'dun yet. And I was sad about that because I still need all the rep and stuff. Let's 2 toys for pet charms. Imaginary gun and the tiny mechanical mouse. I actually just got those. I just got those yesterday. I was like adding up my pet charms and being like, can I afford to get these? Do I have enough of the pets yet that I can just kind of like drop the pet charms on these? And I figured out that I can, so I got them. Which also means that I am 396 toys. And at 400 toys, in 4 more, I will have Brutus, who I've been wanting since like the BFA beta. So I just need 4 more toys. That can't be that hard. I just, I know there's one in Vol'dun because I was just looking at the vendor that sells it, that if I can get honored with the Vol'dun, which shouldn't be that hard, like once I do the Vol'dun story quest, I should have that done. Get honored with the Vol'dun, then I can buy that, but then I still need to find 3 more. You think Blizz could turn Classic into an alternate universe game with alternate universe X packs? I think that would defeat a lot of what people want Classic for. I doubt that's the direction they're going. It would be interesting, though. 117 through 119 leveling hurt so much. Came back after I dinged 120 and got gear. Yeah, I remember on... It's better with heirlooms, actually. I used to struggle in that section a lot before I upgraded a set of heirlooms. Those I find, like, buffer your item level enough. You still have to be careful. You still can't pull 3 things at a time. But they buffered my item level enough that I could get through things and kill them before they killed me and actually finish questing. But failing that, other things that you can do if you want to level but you don't want to actually be out questing. Pet dailies are a really good one. On my Horde character, I was taking my Nightborn every day before I started questing. I would take her, like, so she'd be in Orgrimmar. I'd fly south to Zenta and then fly direct east, and right around here there is Krysa, and then go south and hit up Dagra. That's like really quick to do, and that's 3 full quests worth of experience, plus you get some extra experience just for doing the pet battle. And then for Alliance, you do the same kind of thing, but you just do it up here. So you go south out of Stormwind, and you can hit up Old MacDonald, and then Julia, and then Eric, and they're all really close together. So you can do those. You can do archaeology. Specifically, Old World archaeology, you get a pretty reasonable amount of experience for gathering. And then on the topic of gathering, you get good experience for herbing and mining, too. So on my Resto Druid, when I was leveling her, she had herbalism, and I basically just sat her down in Bridgeport, in Tiergart Sound, which is like that little... Bridgeport is that little town, Tiergart. It's like the southern bit of it. Hang on. Like here. And that town has just like star moss for days and no hostile mobs. So you can just like log in, run around, pick like 10 things of herbs, and then go pop yourself in the inn and log out again. And you just do that like once or twice a day. And I got her a couple of levels doing that. So there's other stuff you can do. Bunch of toys from engineering. Oh, I have such a vendetta against engineering. It just seems so expensive for a bunch of stuff that you mostly can't use. Like, I like the pets a lot, but because they're cageable, I can usually just buy the pets and have that be the end of that. You have to unlock world quests on Horde with rep from the 3 zones? No. Like I said, I didn't touch full Dune on my Horde character, and I was able to unlock world quests as soon as I dinged 120 just by going and talking to the dude on the boat. There was a quest pop-up for it. You get to do that real quick. I did all of the pet journey until I reached mop content, then got overwhelmed with all the pet stuff. Don't know where to start in mop pets. There's a lot. There's an awful lot. If you've got level 25 pets, you can kind of like skip and jump around. You don't have to do like all the mop warlords legion stuff. You can just start doing BFA stuff and grinding polished pet terms. But yeah, there's an awful lot of it. wow-petguide.com has a lot of great pet guides, and they're also like well organized. So you can kind of like look by expansion and see what pet battles there are. To see what sort of things you still want to do. Are you coming back? Hello. Hi, cat. Didn't get rid of my Legion weapons. Now that I'm leveling characters that I didn't really do anything with in Legion, like the Nightborn, I just leveled her from 20, so she didn't have like an artifact or legendaries or anything. It kind of gets you past that point, which is sort of, it's almost nice. Like I know that those first levels are not going as quickly because I don't have legendaries and a Legion weapon, but at least you don't have that like rough, ugly bump around like 14 through 17 where you're just getting weaker every time you level up. Hazel's my favorite streamer. Aw, thanks, Steven. Huge fan of you. Love the Blue Yeti video. Say hi, Cole. What's up, Cole? Debating on making a few ally horde, but I don't know anyone to play with. My whole strategy on cross-factioning is just to have like an ult or two that I fully intend to not really play, but just to have them to see the other side of the story and to get achievements and like pets and stuff off of vendors. And there's like pets that are behind quests and stuff. It's just nice to have a character on either side, but you know, I can't really imagine trying to keep up with 2 sets of WoW friends. People do that. I know people that have like a Horde guild and Alliance guild, and they're just like living a double life. They just raid on different nights and they keep up on both sides. It just seems like a lot. Plus you would have your gold split. I really like having most of my gold on one faction, like one server and one faction, so that I know how much gold I have. Like and I can spend it all if I wanted to. New to alts, how do you upgrade heirlooms? You need to buy heirloom upgrade tokens, which can be found at the heirloom vendor. For Alliance, it is a dwarf in the Hall of Explorers in Ironforge, and the Horde sees somebody in... It's in Undercity, and I don't remember which hall it is. It's like the bottom right-hand side, I think. And they cost a good chunk of gold. You can also upgrade them during holiday events and during time walking. So if you grind yourself like a bunch of Darkmoon tickets and you don't want to get any of the Darkmoon stuff, you can upgrade them with that during the Darkmoon Fair. If you do like a whole bunch of time walking during time walking and you don't want any of those rewards, you can spend time walking badges for upgrades. Or you can just get them with gold if you have gold anytime that you like at those vendors. Love the horse story. I do both sides for mounts. It's just handy. I was resistant to it for a long time because I didn't really want to bother, but I think the allied races kind of sold me. I just really want like a pretty Nightborn. And now I have one. It's great. Alright, attempt number 228. Maybe on 229. How expensive is the full set? Like 2.5 a piece every time I checked, minus upgrading? I'd have to look it up. And it would probably be faster to just check at the vendor by the time I actually got to figuring it out. That sounds about right. By the time I had done a whole set... 2.5 per piece I think is a little too cheap. By the time I had done a whole set, I think it had been more than that. Now I want to know. I feel like I spent more than 50k getting like an entire cloth set upgraded. I'm not sure that that's true, but I'm not sure that it's not. Because I did the weapon, 2 trinkets, pants... Weapon, 2 trinkets, pants, 2 rings... Chest, shoulders, helmet. I did not bother fully upgrading the neck because you don't need to wear an heirloom neck. It doesn't give you an experience bonus anyways. Love your boss videos, Hazel. Thanks, Brittany. Brynhild with 1. It's a random question, but how do you like your mic? I've been looking to get into a standalone mic. I like this one a lot. It's never really let me down. It's the one piece of my overall equipment that doesn't really hate me. It's like I've never had odd problems with it. It's very reliable, but it is too much. It's overkill. It's like This is a Rode NT1A. It's the anniversary edition. It's just, it doesn't, I'm not convinced that it really sounds that much better than the Yeti that I had, which cost less than half as much. If I was like a recording studio musician and I had like a home studio and that was my budget, it would be a great mic. But I don't sing. You don't want me to. It's not very good. So it's a little overkill, but I like it. It works good. Does the job. Upgrades range between 1K and 5K. It'll also depend on whether or not you need to upgrade the heirloom from scratch or if you already had it upgraded to scale all the way to 110, because that cost will add up if you just have a brand new heirloom you need to upgrade it all the way. 5K each for armor. 25 to 30K. And then the weapons, 1K, 750. Weapons would be... I thought the weapon was like 7,500. Maybe not. I'd love to see a Banshee playable race or a Centaur or an Undead Elf. Something, the main color being black. I would like Centaurs or Dryads. Banshees would be neat too. Banshees are like... I don't think this has ever been on the table, but I really like the Drustvar Witches. I don't even need them as a playable race, but if they added a class that had the witch form as like, you know, a buff or something, like maybe, I don't know if it would be like Warlocks or Shadow Priests or like a new class that had like an ascendance that turns you into that witch. Love those things. Okay, so I have entered too many instances on this server, so I need to hop over and run a couple runs on other servers. You do not want me to sing. I'm the only person that has ever taken voice lessons and still come out sounding like a parrot. Yeti might be better. For the money, Yeti is better. Yeti is still a little temperamental, especially if you have a lot of background noise. It has a tendency to pick up everything, and you can adjust it so that it mostly just gets you. But if you're somebody that's trying to record or stream or whatever, and you've got like a family in the background that's, you know, unloading dishes and stuff, the Yeti is more likely to be picking that up, whereas something like this, it's a difference between, I think, a condenser and a dynamic microphone. It's been a while since I've been up on my research. I've probably forgotten most of the terms. But, where are we going? Let's do Thrall. There's probably like a good XLR dynamic mic that is cheaper than the NT1A, but around the quality of the Yeti. People use Shure mics too, actually. I just really like Rode stuff. I'm not sponsored. I wish I was sponsored. I'm at the point now where whenever I need to buy a microphone, I just buy the Rode version of it, even if it costs a lot of money, because they don't let me down, and every other microphone always let me down. Like, not the Yetis, but like, with the wireless mics, we went through so many wireless mics before I just finally sucked it up and bought the Rode one. And looky-loo, it works. Oh, I shouldn't say looky-loo. That's not a good thing to say. Hang on. I'm not Alliance. I'm not allowed to go in there. That's not correct. Also, where's my Hearthstone set to? This is my Horde Druid. Gromgal Base Camp. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm not Alliance, so I can't be Fort Livingston. I understand now. Alliance Undead would be cool. This is my WoW hit for the day. I feel awful today, so sitting at the computer is out of the question. Oh, that sucks. I feel you, though. I've been there. I think I once tried to, like, rig my laptop so I could, like, play in bed, but it just never works. It never works the way you want it to. Sometimes you just need to, like, lay down and either just, like, watch TV, or if you can't handle that, you just, like an audiobook. And if you can't handle that, you just, like, find, like, a cat or a dog or something, and then just, like, you know, cuddles. Cuddles always help. Never used a gaming pad. Watched your review recently. Would you recommend them? I would recommend it, but if you're already, like, if you're not trying to fix a problem, like, if you're already good, like, you play perfectly well, you're not having any kind of hand pain, you know, you're comfortable, and you feel like you're really efficient on a keyboard, you're not necessarily going to gain enough from switching to a gamepad to justify the cost of it and the frustration of adjusting to a new style of keyboard. Especially if you've been gaming on a regular keyboard for a long time, it can be difficult to switch over. You have a lot of muscle memory to overcome. So if you're not trying to fix a problem, I wouldn't say that you need it, but if you're curious about it, it's a neat thing to try. And if you are experiencing repetitive stress disorder or like pain from repetitive stress, I don't think this is the only way you should address it. You should definitely see a doctor, and in my experience, lifting weights is the one thing that really helps. Building up the other muscles around your hands and your forearms can really help with gaming pain, but it's something that can help. Do you have any predictions on the next allied race? I think, was it Teleos and Nevitel that said Junker Gnomes? Because I feel like that's a good bet. I'm not excited about it, but I feel like after having seen them at BlizzCon and seeing that Mechagon is like a big thing of the next patch, seems like a thing they could plausibly do. I kind of wish they would just skip it because I don't need another type of gnome, and just having gnomes that are like a little bit mechanical. Like gnomes are like this big, you can barely see their limbs anyways. I'm not going to notice if she has like a couple extra gears in her elbow. A glyph that turns shadow form into a witch, I would be so up on that. It would look a little bit weird because I'm a gnome and there isn't really a tiny witch, but like a void form, oh my gosh. I wonder like if I can write a really nice letter and send like some mini muffins or something and get somebody to think about that, because hot damn, that would be cool. Regular streaming schedule is 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on Tuesdays, Pacific time. And then Fridays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Again, Pacific time. Stretch out every day and take fish pills. Fish pills. Fish pills. Like fish oil? 1:22 a.m. in Denmark. Is it too late to start 10 runs of ICC? Oh boy. Oh, 1:22 a.m. is a great time to go to bed. I'm gonna be real with you. That's a good time to go to bed. Alright, so that was no good. Let's get back and try some other characters. Love Volpera. I feel like the window for Volpera and Sethrak is behind us. I think they're going to stay as a Voldoon thing and not become an allied race. I think they'd be cute, but I also wouldn't like change my life to try and play one. Okay, so my Hygel, I think I could run like my Hygel, Kildor, or Feathermoon characters. I think like all of these ones, they're high enough level to run. I can run at level 100, that's fine. Volpera's just a theory. I don't think they're gonna happen. A prediction of the next class? I don't know if this is a prediction or a wish. I think that they're going to add some kind of a Shadow Hunter that is some kind of a like a mixing of archetypes. Like you've got like the sort of the thing that like Vol'jin, like you've got Vol'jin, you've got he's a Shadow Hunter, you've got Sylvanas being like a banshee hunter thing, and then you've got Tyrande that's like a hunter but like also with like owls and priesty stuff. I think you could make a ranged DPS spec that also has a ranged healing spec by having those different things. I don't think I can get there in time. Also, I'm not even convinced that's the right Zeppelin. I think you could have a a ranged class that uses those different things as specs of one kind of a, I don't know what they would call it, but that's what I want. I want a ranged DPS class that has a ranged healing spec. Love Tuskar. You made it without being hit by a boulder, did I? I wasn't paying attention. I would consider playing actual mechanomes, but junker gnomes are so meh. What would be, oh, like actual mechanomes, like the ones that you see out in like Borean Tundra and stuff. I see. Trying to get the pet off the Lich King for the achievement? Are you sure that you are running it on the correct difficulty? Because the Lich King is one of the only raiding with Leash's bosses where he drops a different pet depending on the difficulty. And I recommend looking it up because I don't remember exactly which difficulty is the switch, but I know he drops the ghoul on one of them and the spirit, like what was it? The ghoul is on one of them, and then the wicked soul is the other one. So if you've been running him and he's been dropping one of them but not the other one, it's because you need to do it on a different difficulty. And maybe you know all that, but this is just like a PSA in case anybody's been stuck on that. Menar's Wardrobe Helper is the add-on. A dragon aspect? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I don't know if they would do it, but a dragon aspect, dragon aspect, either a class or a race or both. You know, we got monks and pandas at the same time. They could like make dragons and then also make like a dragon spec. Although a dragon spec wouldn't make a lot of sense in addition to a dragon class. Like a dragon spec and a dragon race at the same time would be weird, because if other people can also be the dragon class without being the dragon race. I mean, I guess you could have like a chronomancer that's kind of like doing a bronze dragon-y thing, and then a, you know, whatever red dragons do, like healing fire. Titans, we need a new healer spec sometime soon. We need a ranged DPS spec. They have never added one. They added healing specs once, and that was with monks. They added mistweavers. They've never added a ranged DPS, have they? Am I mistaken? Am I confused? I am watching with my sister. Sup, Strive and Strive's sister. New to your stream, but I really like your unit frames. What add-on is it? This is, well, I'm not using it like right now. This is just default, but the add-on that I use on my other characters is shadowed unit frames. I should warn you, I don't think it's been updated, but I've just been running it out of date and it's been working fine for me. Okay. Giving hunters a healing spec? I don't think that they would add additional specs to existing classes. It would be an interesting route to take, but it would be weird because they couldn't do it for every class in one expansion. That'd be just insanity. But then you'd have to like pick and choose which ones get it, and like I think they'd prefer, and this is just my guessing, but I imagine that they would prefer to just do a new class in that case. Hi Hazel, you're a Hufflepuff. Do you have a favorite Harry Potter book in the series? I don't know if I've thought about my favorite book. I don't really have a least favorite. I actually like them all in their own way. I know it's kind of an unpopular opinion, but I really liked the 5th book. I really liked Order of the Phoenix. And I think that's mostly just because I remember when I got it, like when I got the earlier books, I was young and I got them as a gift, and I was young to the point that I don't remember that. I remember the uncle that gave them to me, but I don't remember actually receiving, oh no. I'm gonna have to restart the game to get my game back. I don't remember actually receiving the books, but I specifically remember when the 5th book came out, it was like summertime, at least I think it was summertime. I remember it being sunny and warm, and I bought the book at a bookstore, and I took it to the beach. And by the beach, I mean like a grassy hill by a lake, because that's the beach where I come from. And was like reading it out in the sun, and that was just like a really special summer moment. And also the book was like long. It had like a lot of good length to it. I'll get the game video back, don't worry. Just gotta restart the game. I wonder why it does that. I mean, I know it's because I let the game minimize, although I'm not sure why it does that. I didn't tap out or anything. Tinker Class Rimmer a thing? Those might be ranged. It could be a thing. I'm kind of hoping not, and I don't really know why. I'd say that I prefer my World of Warcraft classes to be like fantastical, but warriors aren't especially magical. They're mostly just dudes that hit, well, dudes and dudettes that hit things with big sticks. Some of those are sharp. Sometimes they poke, but like it's not that magical. I don't like Goblet of Fire. Never been able to get past Harry's angst. Goblet of Fire was just a little too structured for me, I guess. Just kind of like the very clear, you know, this task and this task and this task and this task. And I don't know, maybe that just helped me remember it too closely, because you just know exactly, I mean, obviously I know what's going to happen. I've read the books a lot of times, but it wasn't my favorite. Plus the end was kind of a bummer. I live in Victoria. That's my neck of the woods. I'm from there. Harry Potter books almost always came out the week of my birthday in mid-July. That's a good birthday present. A Hazel race. One spec and spell that throws nuts and one-shots everything GG. There is no Hazel race, but there is a squirrel toy, and it's not about me and it's not because of me, but there is a squirrel toy that summons, hang on. Oh yeah, I gotta change difficulty. It summons a bunch of squirrels. Hang on, it's Dungeon Heroic. Scholar's Bag of Squirrel Treats? Yeah, Scholar's Bag of Squirrel Treats. You use that, and you channel it, and then, like, look, all the squirrels happen. It's from a Legion thing. I'm pretty sure. I love that toy. Order of the Phoenix is the only Potter book I can't reread. Umbridge makes me so angry. That's what I loved about it, though, is it's so well done, and she's such a believable villain, because we all know people like her. She's not just like, you know, Voldemort, you know, he had his issues, and they came from places, but for the most part, he's just kind of evil because he's, like, real real evil. Like, there was never really a moment where he's gonna be like, you know what, never mind. So to have other types of villains that are evil for understandable but still unredeemable reasons is just, it's just interesting. It's kind of cool. If anybody deserved to have angst, it's Harry Potter. I can't judge it. Like, it's hard to read sometimes, but you can't judge him too much because not only does he kind of deserve some of his angst, they're also teenagers, you know? We were all kind of dumb as teenagers. I'm sure some of us were delightfully smart and mature, but, you know, it wasn't me, and it wasn't anybody I knew. You know, people just do say and think really cringe things when they're young. It's kind of part of growing up. Something you gotta do. Happens to everybody. I am not in this. I don't have Moonfire Bound. Hang on. There we go. I missed my Tauren. She's so, like, look at her. She's so, like, she just seems nice. She just seems like a nice lady. I mean, right now she's, like, looking real grumpy because she's getting punched. Like, look at her grumpy. Well, she kind of looks happy about it, actually. Also, her lips don't quite close over her teeth when she's just, like, standing still. But she's just, like, she's a very nice, friendly lady. I feel like she would have a shop where she would sell, like, plants, but also, like, weird gifts that nobody really wants, but they're still there and they smell kind of funny. She would have that shop, and she'd just be, like, a real nice, friendly shopkeeper lady. I wish I was balanced. I wish I was not Resto right now. Being Resto and being level 100 makes this a little harder than it needs to be. Let's spec into Solar Wrath. Like, I'm not gonna lose the fight, but I also need a little bit of help. You have a Deathly Hallows tattoo on your arm? Have you ever considered multi-boxing? Not really. It's an interesting thing, but it just, I feel like it would kind of ruin the draw of WoW for me. I would feel like whenever I wasn't multi-boxing that I wasn't quite doing it right, and I don't think multi-boxing would be inherently fun for me. Okay, so I forgot to set her Hearthstone to Gromgal, so I'm actually going to run her back out of the instance. Am I? Oh, that's so far. No, I'm not. I don't need to run it on this character. She's like, she's not high enough level to really do it comfortably. This is a character I played in Draenor and not since, so this is just like a whole thing. Hazel, do you do any competitive in WoW right now? High, Mythic Plus, or Mythic Rating, or Arenas? So I've never done Mythic Rating. Never really wanted to. Doesn't seem like my thing. For Mythic Plus, I've been doing the highest one that my guildies drag me along to for my weekly key, so like a 10 or 11, which isn't like pushing it. The closest thing to it is I do a little arena. I've been kind of slacking for a week or two, but it's not super high rated anymore. It used to be back in Warlords. I tried to push rating a lot more, but I try not to stress about it. So on my druid, at least in BFA, I've just been like queuing little 2s, little 3s. You know, the 3s, because I pug a lot, is usually like 1700, maybe 1800, maybe. And then in 2s, because I play with somebody that's quite good, we get a little closer to 2k. But we're not stressing out about it. This was another one of my PvP characters. I don't really want to take him. He's level 100. Let's skip that. Let's go right to Earthen Ring. Awesome to wake up to. How long have you been live and how much longer? Sup, Logan? We've been live for an hour and 8 minutes and probably not that much longer. I'm going to do ZG. Oh, apparently I'm going to do Undastic because I never did find it up. Did I find it up? I don't remember if I've killed this yet or not this week. I guess I'll find out. I'm going to do ZG in this character and then log back over to Lightbringer because I bet I can do it on my last 2 over there. That'll be like, what, 12, 13, 14 attempts? 14 extra attempts at the Raptor. That's a good amount. Alright, well apparently I did need to do that, but it didn't give me what I needed and I don't have any bonus rolls. Hazel Bro! Hazel Bro was a real cool dude. It's been a while since I've needed that many druid ults though. You guys didn't like Fantastic Beasts? I actually watched Crimes of Grindelwald not too long ago, and while I understand and to some extent agree with a lot of the criticisms that people bring against it, I liked it. I thought it was a fun movie. I mean, it had problems, but I still enjoyed it. Like, we rented it for like $6 or whatever on iTunes, And I don't want my, I don't regret that. You know, this is worth $6. It was fine. I'm down. I got to see Jude Law's Dumbledore. 2 a.m. Met runs. What cruel person at Blizzard decided I should suddenly become the crab trying to kill the poor turtles? He's just a hungry buddy. He's so hungry. I feel like the community decided that when they got real mad at Beachhead. I feel like the fact that it's kind of frustrating, like, I almost prefer doing Beachhead to doing Cycle of Life. I feel like that's almost like a little bit of a, you know, if people are frustrated with doing Beachhead, they're like, well, bet you wish you were doing Beachhead now. Got the Raptor first try. I'm jealous. I've been getting into Throne of Glass. Definitely watchable. Yeah. People I think blew out of proportion a little bit how bad it was, but I'm also I'm usually pretty well, am I forgiving when it comes to movies? I don't like a lot of movies. I'm very forgiving when it comes to movies that deal with subject matter that I'm already invested in. Case in point, I loved the Warcraft movie, despite the fact that it was only okay, but, like, I loved that movie. I thought it was a great time. I wish they had made more of them, but I don't think that they're going to. But if it's a movie that I don't have any skin in, that I'm not, like, invested in at all, it's got to be pretty good for me to not just, like, either fall asleep or just, like, turn it off and walk away. I feel the 14 attempts. Karazhan, 12 runs per week since Warlords and no mount. Ooh. Ooh, that's rough. Okay, so this one. Can I get in? Why is that door? I think I'm just on the wrong side of it. Am I in? Yeah, we're good. No, hang on. I'm confused. This is a different server, so it should let me in. Yeah, here we go. There we go. No problem. I don't do that world quest. No baby killer. But he's really hungry. And there's so many turtles. They just keep popping up out of the beach. They just keep coming, you know. We don't see where the crabs come from. I guess there's a lot of crabs too. The Chinese market helped for it pay itself. It did do pretty well. Pretty well in China. I'm not surprised that they're not doing more though. Hazel versus Dungeon Portal 2019. Hey. We figured it out. We got there in the end. Oh man. I've been trying to figure out how to wear this skirt. I've got, like, hang on, let me get up the hill and then I'll show you. It's the Alliance skirt, like the blue skater skirt from the gear store, and I really want to love it because it's like the highest quality skirt that I own. It's like nice material, it drapes nicely, it's thick, it has pockets, it like fits pretty good. Hang on. So it's like, but the thing is, it's got a pretty small waist, so you have to wear it like your actual waist. Like, it's stretchy, but if I tried to like put it on my hips, it would be like pinching me a lot. So it wants to sit up here, but when I think the thing that I have to do is tuck shirts into it, which is what I'm trying today. I know it looks a little strange, but we're trying it because it sits so high and it flares out so much that when you put a shirt over it, you just look like weird and shapeless. And enough of my outfits are already weird and shapeless that I'm trying to figure out ways to wear my clothes that do not create that in me. If that makes any sense. So we're trying something, but I think I like it. I think so. Crabs gotta eat. It's a terrible quest. It's really sad. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of quests that, like, all of our other quests are killing people, you know? There's, like, an awful lot of quests that are killing all kinds of other stuff. We've killed, like, a bajillion deer just to get some food to help feed a camp. But they are cute. They are very cute baby turtles. Okay, so that's not the juice. That was attempt number 231, if we're counting. And we're heading back to Lightburner to do the last 2 runs over there. Turned into a crop top. I don't feel good wearing crop tops. Like, I don't feel bad about my body or anything. I just feel really awkward in them. And I don't know. It's not like there's anything especially scandalous about midriff, you know? It's not, and there's nothing, like, wrong with it or anything. And I don't judge other people wearing crop tops. I think they look super cute. I put one on and I don't feel quite right. So maybe if I was wearing crop tops, I guess if it was something that came all the way up here, so the on the midriff showing is just like a little bit, I might feel more chill about that. But I want to try and work on not work on my style, but like try a little bit more. I've been going through like a year-long phase where I just wear like sweatpants and a giant t-shirt every day and do my makeup only on days in which I'm going to be on camera and just look like an actual potato the rest of the time. And there's nothing wrong with not dressing up, you know? It's not the only thing to life, but I feel like I was getting a little sad. Tucking a shirt in is the right choice. Try a plain t-shirt rather than a patterned one. I don't have that many plain t-shirts. I want, like, I feel like if it was a plain skirt, because I think I do have a black one like this, then I could, because I have all these graphic tees, and I want my style to include all of my WoW stuff, because one, that's 75% of my wardrobe, and secondly, because it is something that I like a lot. So if I could find ways to wear them that makes them look a little cuter, because most of them, I do tend to buy shirts that are a little big for me. The other thing I should probably try and do is learn how to alter my clothes to help them fit. Not be like crazy tight or anything, but to help them fit like a little better. I don't have a sewing machine, but I could hand sew some stuff. I should take some of my shirts that I don't especially wear anyways, and then practice on them. That might be good. Or maybe like go thrift shopping and buy like cheap stuff and then practice on that, so that if I ruin it, I've only lost like a couple dollars. Like that would be kind of fun. Might do that. Brace the colors. A white or yellow form-fitting shirt tucked in. Tight-fitting shirts or cami type tops. I haven't found any good like I used to wear a lot of camis, and I think the problem that I have right now is I don't like the ones I have. They're not, like, they're either just cheap feeling and uncomfortable, or really comfortable but like too loose and kind of like pajamas. And I really hate shopping. I hate it. I'm so uncomfortable in a retail store browsing and trying on clothes. It makes me want to crawl under my bed and die. Also, we did not get them out that time. So I buy a lot of clothes online, which is why I end up with all these clothes that don't really fit me. Just can't Twitch for midriff stream. Oh no. Male Kulturans with crop tops. I legit specifically prefer my female Kulturans and dwarves in crop tops. Like, I think it's a look that actually looks really good on them. Bonus runs? Yeah, although you're like right at the end of it. There's only one left. This is the last bonus run of the day. And then I think I get to start dinner. Because I'm kind of hungry. And also, I have salmon marinating in the fridge. I'm going to make the firecracker salmon, and it's going to set my fire alarm off because you have to broil it. And as soon as my oven gets hot, my fire alarm goes, hello, are you on fire? And then you go, no, and it doesn't, you can't disable it. You know, some fire alarms have a button that lets you, like, turn it off when it's going off incorrectly. Ours doesn't do that. So basically what you have to do is take a piece of cardboard, so we just keep the recycling stash like near the fire alarm, and then like stand up, because it's like a pretty high ceiling, and just like flap the cardboard like viciously back and forth to like fan the air beneath it, and then sometimes like open all the windows and turn on fans if it's really bad. And nothing is on fire. Nothing is on fire. I keep the oven as clean as I can. Granted, it could be cleaner, but still. It's not like there's like giant chunks of burning stuff in there. And nothing's on fire. It's just mad. It went off the other day because I had a candle burning. Normally. Shirt altering is amazingly easy. I started watching YouTube. There's more to that sentence, I promise. I saw some YouTube videos of people like altering thrift store clothes to make them super cute, and it makes me want to do it, even though it's not going to be that cute when I do it. I keep forgetting that I can't take that thing for some reason. I don't know why it won't let me through that portal anymore. Like, the horde one just doesn't work for me. I guess I gotta go to Gromgal. And then I can actually set my hearth down there, because I don't need it for anything else. I'm a mage. I can port wherever. Fitted black tee, blue tee, 3/4 sleeve, coal black stockings, or thigh-high black stockings. I've got black leggings on. The other thing that I want to learn how to style is all of my WoW leggings, because I have a lot of them, and they're pretty, like, they're really pretty leggings, but they're very loud, so you want to wear really neutral stuff with them, and I also don't want to wear them, like, as pants, if that makes sense, anymore. I want to have them with either, like, a dress, or a skirt, or shorts, because they're just, like, you know, they're real tight. And I need to find a way to do it that's, like, comfortable, and also cute without just looking ridiculous. Because they're loud. They're real bright leggings, you know? I keep a shower cap, put it over mine when cooking. We got busted by apartment management for that. because like you have to stand on like a big chair to get up there. So it's inconvenient to do it every time you're cooking, but you can't leave it on there because one, it's a fire hazard, and secondly, you get busted by your apartment managers for that. It's not a good idea. It is, I mean, it is a good idea if you can do it like just for cooking and you take it off right away after and you're active and aware of fires, but if you leave it on, it's unsafe. Same problem living in New York. Every time we cook something good, we're visited by building security. Thankfully, it's like everybody's alarms. You can just walk around the apartment complex around dinner time and just hear them going off. Oh, not again. It's this specific Zeppelin port that breaks my WoW capture. It's specifically when I'm a horde character taking the Zeppelin to Gromgal base camp that my WoW minimizes for a second, and then my OBS loses the capture hook every single time. Alright, well, I guess if I want to have the mount run be on the screen, I guess I need to restart my WoW real quick, so let's do that. Hardest mount that I've gotten? My gold mounts probably took me longer than anything else, because I spent more time like farming gold for them than I did running any individual mount. So I have the 2 million gold spider mount, and I also spent 1 million gold on a swift spectral tiger. But I also have like Invincible and Ashes of Alar, which depending on how quickly you get them may be considered hard in that. Teleport to Stonard to get there quickly? Stonard. Where is that? How quick is that? Like Stonard is Swamp of Sorrows, right? I guess that's kind of fast. I'm just gonna set my Hearthstone here, and then I can be right here. That'll work. I do have that port though. I do have that port. Worms, browns, golds, red, orange. The problem with a lot of colors though is that, and I'm not great with color theory, some things look awful with my hair, specifically because I have such bright hair. Like I have that like rust orange colored sweatshirt or sweater. It's like the open shoulder, the cold shoulder one. It's a really pretty sweater, and it used to look really nice when I had brown hair, but ever since I've had like pink and purple hair, it just looks hideous because it clashes really badly with my hair. So I've been trying to wear colors that are like, you know, like in the same kind of family, or that are opposite but not too close, if that makes any sense. I don't know. My color theory is awful. I also have that issue when streaming raids. It only specifically happens to me at that one point lately. It's because, like, what happens in Windows is my mouse leaves my game screen and the game just minimizes for a second, and then I click back in, my game is maximized again, but OBS lost it. Hardest mount is the ZG Panther. Hardest mount apparently for me is the ZG Raptor, because I don't think I've had this much of a struggle on any mount before this. I'm pretty sure that both Ashes and Lich King mount dropped for me in under 200 tries. I think that's true. I have dark blue and purple hair, and I wore pink and a cool light green. It just looked real weird. Yeah, some colors will look better, but some things I just can't wear anymore, and that's okay. Neutrals are good, you know. I like grays and whites and black because they're neutral. It's great. How did you farm for the gold? Oh, all sorts of different things. I do a gold making video every patch, and those kind of total up the current things I'm doing. So like back in Legion, I was doing a lot of world quests. Back in Warlords, I was doing a lot of back in Warlords, which is when I farmed for the Spectral Tiger Gold, I did a ton of garrison stuff. I just had like 12 characters with garrisons, and I would just log in and run missions on them all the time. The Legion Gold was mostly World Quest. Like World Quest with the combat follower, with the perk, I would make like 100, towards the end of the expansion, I was making 150 gold for every World Quest I would do, and I could fly. And I had, you know, heroic endgame raid gear, so I could just like fly around and just like ping, 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 all of these quests, pick up herbs on the way, and just get like a ton of gold that way. It wasn't necessarily faster than the Warlords thing. I think Warlords was definitely my biggest free gold train, and that was the fastest I've ever made gold, but it was pretty good. And these days, it's less good. Although I have made 2.5 million gold in BFA, because I remember I entered BFA with nothing, because I spent it all on the spider. Alright, so that was attempt number 233, and I did not get the mount. It's a bummer on that. Here's a warm red violet right now. I feel I don't have that color problem. I bet some of them are probably easier than others. Highest number of attempts for a mount, this one so far. 512 runs in the Astral Cloud Serpent. Oof, definitely can't beat that. Better luck next time? I hope so. I hope so. In any case, that's all I got time for today. I gotta get to dinner. Thanks for coming to my bonus stream. My plan for bonus stream VODs, I'm not going to publish them to my channel feed because especially if I do them more often, that would be spammy. But I will add them to the live streams playlist. So you can see that on my channel page. Like if you go to youtube.com/hazelnutgames, you scroll down, there is a section for my WoW live streams and it'll be in that playlist. You can still see it on my channel page, it just won't be like in the upload section. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day.